Hey guys, it's Sammy, aka the letter B, and today we're going to be running over getting diamond pistols, so you can have the perfect accompaniment to your other weapons, which you probably should have diamond by now, but why not have the full set and get them all diamond. So before we get into it, a couple of general pistol tips. They're not really going to be as good as the normal standard weapons, so you're going to sort of want to hit them hard and fast, then move on. You want to be flanking, perhaps using a tack insert, and generally trying to shoot them in the back if you can at all. Don't think of it dishonorably, just think of it like an assassin or something. But anyway, who cares? So here guys, the first challenge is 100 headshots. There's two ways you could really go around doing this. The first one is just to play as you would normally, and if you're playing as you would normally, then you're gonna be playing comfortably, so you're gonna get a lot more kills, which in turn is gonna get you a lot more headshots. Alternatively, you can aim for the head. Some of the guns this works a lot better for, but something like say the TAC 45, because it's quite powerful, by the time you've lined up the shot and you've started shooting, you're probably gonna have killed them already. So for this reason, it took me a lot longer with the TAC 45. So I just put a Kimbo on because I know I can do quite well with Kimbos and just get loads of kills. The Executioner is also a shotgun. If you didn't know that, I guess you probably would have noticed by now. So you have to be very close, and also it has a lot of spread. So when you're aiming at the head, you sort of want to aim quite high on the head, otherwise you might hit a little bit on the shoulder or neck, and that's going to make it not count as a headshot. So with the Execution, make sure you aim a bit high. With the B23R and the Cap 40, they're such good weapons that they can compete with submachine guns anyway, so I wouldn't worry about them too much. The Cap 40 does kick up a little bit, so perhaps aim for the chest and let the recoil carry you up. The B23R, if you're close, then you can usually kill them in one burst, so aim at the head, but if they're a bit further, you might want to aim at the chest and then let the recoil carry you up as well. The 5.7 is quite accurate, so you're not going to have too much of a problem lining up headshots maybe, but what I tend to do was just play naturally. If I came up behind someone, then I'd aim at their head and shoot them obviously. Even with a Kimbo, if you get close enough, you can still get a headshot. And also make sure you check out sniper areas, like where people are going to be stood sniping, because they're going to be stood still aiming, not paying any attention, so you can take out them. Something like a silencer is also going to help, as well as a tack insert, so you're quite close obviously. So anyway, once you've done those 100 headshots, the rest of the challenges are going to unlock for you. The first one I'd recommend going for is the 150 perks and 150 new attachments. You can do them separately if you want, but it's going to be 300 kills if you do it that way. And if you combine them together, then it's only going to be 100, so you're killing two birds with one stone. The recommended setup I'd say for these is to use a riot shield, check that on your back, then use the tactician wildcard so you can have a tactical insert, as well as a flashbang, EMP, shock charge, whatever takes your fancy. You may not think the riot shield is doing that much good, but it's kind of good just to put it on your back, and if you can use it in certain situations, you know, if you realize you're overwhelmed and you want to back off from the situation. And also, if you're using it with your tack insert, when you're placing the tack insert, make sure you're facing where you think an enemy would camp your tack insert. And a couple of times they're sort of surprised to see you've got a riot shield. Either wait for them to, if they're quite far away, wait for them to shoot at you a couple of times, and then switch to your pistol and take him out, or just try and bash him to death. It won't always work, but when it does, it feels pretty good just to see someone there and just be like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" and just get your pistol out and shoot him. But you know, maybe that's just me. Make sure you shout that as well, because it makes it feel so much more fun. This one does take a while, and I don't know why that they made it 150 kills for the pistols, but it's only 50 for the primaries like shotguns and snipers. So once you've done that, then I recommend going for the Bloodthirsties. For getting these Bloodthirsties, I'm probably going to give you a slightly different class setup than I'd usually show you, because we're not going to use Flat Jacket for one, which is probably going to surprise a few of you. But use stealth perks and also speed perks, because these weapons are quite close range weapons, some more than others, like the Cap 40 and B23R can kill at quite a distance. But with the Executioner, you're definitely going to have to be up close. So with the Executioner, you're going to want something like a laser sight. B23R and Cap 40, I'd recommend extended mags and a silencer. And for the 5.7 and the TAC 45, I'd recommend using the Kimbo, dual wield, whatever they call it in this game. And yeah, make use of lightweight, ghost, scavenger maybe if you need it. Attack insert's also useful, so you can get quite close to where you think the enemy is spawning if you're playing something like demolition or domination. Also dexterity I'd pretty much say is a must, just so you can sort of react quite fast if people catch you out. And also if you've got room for it, then extreme conditioning. What I was doing with a lot of the time was using the extreme conditioning, having two classes set up, using extreme conditioning to get quite close, And then once I'd put my tack insert there, I didn't really need it quite as much because I'd already travelled most of the distance. And then whenever I spawned from then on until I got caught, I'd always use a class without extreme conditioning. But it's up to you. So as per usual, I played most of my time on demolition. What I was tending to do was try and get near their spawns, then pick up a couple of kills but not staying in any place for too long. But say if I, obviously because I was using quite short range weapons, even the B23R and Cap 40 are a lot better up close, I would maybe, not too ashamed to say it, camp for a kill and then move on and just keep running around just looking for where the enemies are, just basically nipping at their heels. Don't try and take on people head on. You can win, but if you're going for a Bloodthirsty, that's not really how you want to play. You want to sort of just be shooting people in the back. You don't want fair fights, you want unfair fights where the enemy has no chance. So by the time you've got these Bloodthirsties, you're probably going to have a few of the double kill and revenge medals done already. If you're having trouble getting these, with the double kills, you just need to play a bit more aggressively. Obviously if you camp in a corner, you're going to have that much of a chance. You need to be rushing at people, you know, get near the objective where there's going to be a lot of enemies, and just don't reload, because if you're reloading between every kill, you're not going to have a chance. Obviously if you've got one shot left with a 5.7, you're not going to kill anyone with it, so you're going to have to reload. And for the revenge medals, I would recommend using a tack insert, sort of hang around near your tack insert, and if you get killed, remember where the person kills you, just go straight there and kill them. They're probably not going to be expecting you. If you're lucky, they're going to be caught in the middle of reloading anyway. But these two aren't really a problem. It's really the Bloodthirsties and the 150 kills which are just take the longest to get. So anyway guys, that's pretty much everything I want to cover. The pistols do look really nice once you get them. They're probably some of the best looking diamond camos you're going to get in the game, especially the fact that you can have two of them when they're akimboed up as well. I've also got videos on the Akimbo Warrior, which is a class setups I made a while back, where you could just run around with obviously two pistols, so maybe you might want to take a look at that. Might give you a couple of tips if maybe you want to go around dual wielding all the time. And also the tryhard class, which right shield tryhard class, which I showed before. Maybe you might prefer to do it like that, because that's really quite a powerful build anyway. So if you've got the Akimbos, then you can also check them out. So here guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye now. Bye bye.